Several men wearing stockings lined up from inside the house, blocked the little girl's mouth, and couldn't wait to cover the girl's hair. The girl's boyfriend recorded the scene with a camera. The poor girl was then raped multiple times by the men. Many times, Xiaomei turned out to be a beautiful middle school student, but she met her boyfriend on the internet and spent a lot of money before deciding to go out to meet her boyfriend. She loses her first kiss and then goes to the groom's house for dinner. Her boyfriend grabs her and makes her drink an unknown liquid. Soon, Xiaomei fell into a coma. Xiaomei, who lost the ability to resist, was bullied again. The entire process was also recorded. Seeing the process of being bullied, Xiaomei quickly fell into a coma. Xiaomei, who lost the ability to resist, was bullied again, and the whole process was filmed. She could only cry alone in the middle of the night, afraid to tell her mother because she was afraid that the video would be seen by others. The next day, Xiaomei asked her mother if she could move out. Her mother said she worked too much and had no home to settle down, which hurt her injured heart, and Xiaomei left sadly. In the evening, Xiaomei went home alone. There, she met her so-called boyfriend who bullied her. He asked her why she hadn't contacted her recently, but she knew Xiaomei's mother was injured. She couldn't bear it anymore and knelt on the ground begging the man to let her go, but the man seemed unwilling. After drinking the wine, Xiaomei quickly fell into a coma. The next day, she experienced another unforgettable night. She could only lie beside her and cry. The police kept reminding her that after the incident, Xiaomei's mother received a video of the incident. She was very sad after seeing it and hoped that the police could arrest the murderer as soon as possible. However, as the incident spread, a large number of media discovered the incident, and Xiaomei's name was also leaked. This caused great psychological pressure on Xiaomei. Her mother moved to Seoul to avoid media harassment. Soon, many years passed. Xiaomei grew up and became a people's teacher. She is very popular among students at school. One day, she saw a group of students in the office and without a second thought, the drink she gave me disappeared. She lost consciousness and fell asleep on the table. The next morning, her wrist was still red and her reaction was too violent. She was stunned when her phone received a message from a stranger. Could it be that she was recorded in an indecent video again? The unconscious female teacher was tied up with a masked man beside her. Shortly after the incident, Xiaomei received a video on her phone. She was heartbroken, lost her mind, and walked in the corridors of the teaching building in despair. After returning home, she quickly locked the room, fearing that she would be raped by a pervert. The next day, she went to the school to check the surveillance system, but was told that the system was broken and could not be used. Xiaomei reluctantly gave up. In the evening, she had dinner with her fiancé, and the couple was very satisfied with their future wife. However, Xiaomei was harassed by gangsters. Xiaomei received harassing text messages from gangsters, asking her to take photos of her private parts. Xiaomei naturally disagrees and is very hesitant to see her. So he did not hesitate to convey these photos to the public. The old man was very angry after receiving the photo and his face turned very white. She could only use the excuse to go to the toilet and took a photo in the toilet. The next night, the gangster sent another text message asking her to do what she wanted to do. The gangster asked her to go to the warehouse area of the school. In order to prevent her photos from being spread, Xiaomei could only do as she was asked. When she got here, she finally found the familiar bottle of drink on the table. For a time, painful memories filled her mind. This time, she didn't hesitate, picked up the bottle and threw it away. At this time, Xiaomei looked outside and found that the monitor and a female classmate seemed to be quarreling. In order to find the mastermind behind the scenes, Xiaomei continues to ask police officer Lao Kui for help. However, Lao Kui has resigned from the police station, but he will still try his best to help her. Xiaomei was in class that day. The whole class was actually roped in by a group leader who said he wanted to send them some items from the shopping list. At this time, Xiaomei had collapsed and could only lie on the ground, but when the photo came out, Xiaomei discovered that it was another classmate Xiao. Xiao ran out of the classroom in shame. Xiaomei realizes that she is not the only victim and quickly catches up to comfort Xiao. In addition, She contacted the monitor many times and revealed that she had a crush on the monitor. However, the squad leader took advantage of Xiao's love for her and asked Xiao out. She posed on the sofa and asked the squad leader to take photos frantically with her mobile phone. Xiao's charming figure made the squad leader lose herself. She rushed forward in a hurry, but she didn't know that the camera was ready, and she secretly turned on the monitor without knowing it. At the first glance, she was shocked and immediately went to argue with the monitor. However, the monitor not only refused to admit his mistake, but also had an arrogant attitude. In order to retaliate against Xiao, her indecent photos were quickly sent to every student's mobile phone in the classroom living room, causing shock to the whole class, and Ya was also humiliated. Afterwards, she told the squad leader Xiaomei. After hearing all this, Xiaomei was shocked and suspected that the squad leader was the mastermind behind the scenes, so she secretly followed the squad leader to a nightclub at night. She found the squad leader here, but she was also discovered. When she was in bad condition, Xiaomei ran away in a hurry, and the gangsters followed her. At this time, Lao Kui suddenly appeared and saved her, and Xiaomei was also very grateful to Lao Kui. The next day, Xiaomei received news from the gangsters, saying that Xiaoya was already in their hands. To protect her from the consequences, she had to rush to the scene of the incident immediately. When she arrived at the scene of the incident, she saw another bottle of drink left on the table. She couldn't stop it, she could only drink it. When she finished drinking, she was trapped. When she woke up again, she saw the monitor being beaten. At this moment, Xiao suddenly appeared. It turned out to be the eldest daughter of the Xiao family. She was not the victim of the incident, but the mastermind behind it. She used mind control to control the squad leader, and then they started broadcasting live to Xiao on their mobile phones. However, Lao Chongji and Lao Kui of the Ho family were soon beaten unhappy. She called the police in advance, and a large number of police officers arrived and captured them all. However, Xiao wants to take advantage of this opportunity. Xiaomei ignored the pain on her body and ran away, chasing Xiao desperately. She pressed Xiao under her body, constantly venting her anger, and finally brought these bastards to court. However, the police soon discovered that based on her mobile phone location, there was a mastermind behind the incident, and the person standing in front of her was just a 13-year-old boy. She was suddenly dumbfounded. She didn't expect to have to deal with all this and the murderer who ruined most of her life, even though he was just a child. According to Korean law, minors should not be held criminally responsible for crimes committed.